the way they gon' paint you the villain. 8 months with no phone, dog, we aiming for brilliance. High level maintaining the building, we making a killing. Alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. A wise man told me that silence never betrayed him. Keep your mouth shut, cause got ultimatums. Stupid situation.
It's week 18 of the NFL.
We go from Denver. A fairly short kick from the 14. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They're led out by the former third-round pick, now in his 11th NFL season, and that's Russell Wilson.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play. Here's Wilson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. The first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers again.
Pressure comes and Wilson's going to go down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. They'll run it for the first time with Williams. They find some open field here. The ball comes out, and they will finally drag him down at the Chargers' 7-yard line. Even though he recovered his own fumble, you know how much he hates to put the ball on the ground. He's going to be frustrated with himself.
And what do you think the time frame was from the time the ball escaped his grasp to...
And he loses the football a second time, and picked up by the Chargers.
Let's face it, everybody at the start of a game has a mental image of how they expect it to go, and I think that was going exactly as they scripted it offensively. Moving the ball well, seemingly in control, and that fumble, that's got to be a little bit deflating, don't you think?
Yeah, foiled the whole plan there, turned the ball over. And how about that? Big shot to start the game complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Give him 32 on the play. Now it's Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Boy, 30 more yards and another first down. Herbert now. Whipping one into Allen. That's complete. Touchdown. Keenan Allen with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Shaun Alexander for the second most in a single year. And the Chargers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point good by Hopkins, and that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Denver Broncos back out there. Former Tar Heel Javonte Williams, we shine the spotlight on him.
He's been pretty effective so far. Solid numbers yardage-wise, but the fumble last time, that's what he's thinking about. Has to be a little bit more secure.
Yeah, he does. Would you yell at him right here? Would you get on him?
No, I think you pick him up, don't you?
I agree with you totally. You pick him up in this situation because a lot of game left to be played, and he can be special with the ball in his hands. In that situation, he wasn't. You talked to him about the 4 points of pressure, high and tight to the body, and let him go back to it.
There's still plenty of time in this game, so he'll have opportunities to secure that ball with those 4 points of pressure. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a carry for the former first-round pick of the Chargers. It's Melvin Gordon, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD.
But no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
And it's plays like that one that made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Denver's offense ready to go again. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick 6.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
Wilson getting right back to it after the pick 6. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
On 4th down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2.
The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10.
Heading back out, the Chargers offense. We get a peek at the playoff picture of the AFC.
And one thing we do know, they will be a part of the playoffs come January. They have clinched the AFC West.
And that feels good for them, but they feel like their work is far from done because as it stands right now, they won't have the first-round bye. But a lot of teams will tell you, that's okay with us. We just want to get to the playoffs and wreak havoc from that point on.
And the Broncos get there and take him down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, and those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to it. I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes.
But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Back to throw here, Herbert. He's got Allen. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line.
A first down there on a pickup of 25. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks made.
Absolutely. Takes two to tango. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Touchdown, Chargers. Keenan Allen with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Chargers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now 21-0.
Dustin Hopkins will kick off for the Chargers.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. So the Broncos come back out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. Well, here we sit, week 17, just one more week in the regular season after this one. So if you're one of these teams trying to make a move and improve your spot or jump in from the outside, Charles, you better make that move now.
And these final games are often a good barometer for all those teams fighting for position or a wild card spot. They have to be able to get the job done these last 2 weeks before things get even tougher when the playoffs officially begin.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. He'll get that complete to Albert O. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Throwing now. Wilson on 1st down. And he'll just get rid of it. A timeout here for an injured player, and definitely not what this defense wants to see. It's Khalil Mack who's in some discomfort. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Again, Wilson. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. This is taken around the 12. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And out will come the offense as they take over. Wide receiver Keenan Allen bringing out the rest of this offense. He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And it's so interesting when we watch these types of days unfold for a receiver because they need a quarterback throwing it accurately, people to block for the quarterback, so many other variables. But, boy, he's getting it done, and in a big way. Right now, he wants to rock on every snap.
And he's counting his yards in the hundreds, not the tens. That one goes for 24 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. Give him another one right back to Allen. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. On 1st down, it's Herbert. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. First carry for Austin Eckler, who's a Colorado native. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, he has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Chargers are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Dustin Hopkins will kick off for the Chargers.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air. There's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. So it's all down to this, Week 18 on the NFL schedule. And that means that once we sort things out, we'll all be set for our second ever Super Wild Card weekend, which I think everyone agrees was a runaway success last year. We've got 2 games coming up on Saturday, 3 more on Sunday, and then we'll put a bow on it Monday night. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Wilson. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Wilson will throw again. Over the middle, complete to Judy. And the Broncos are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why they look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Tim Patrick in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. Fields it right around the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Charger drive about to get going. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. A final shot before the break for Herbert. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. And they'll send Williams in motion right. A final shot before break. Herbert. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Only 30 minutes left in the regular season, and everybody's excited for the playoffs, so we're just going to forget the halftime show and get back to the football. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And nowhere to go. He only makes it to the 5. Getting set to go again here on offense, Keenan Allen marches back onto the field. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that a mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. It's Eckler again. And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Well, this is caught by Williams. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. These two teams, they met in L.A. earlier in the year with the Chargers coming out victorious. So they're looking for the series sweep here in Denver. Running on first down, Eckler. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. 2nd and 8. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll get this past the 20 as he gets about 4.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Wide open, it's Allen, complete. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused, because they had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Eckler now between the tackles. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Herbert off of play action. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he is going to have the Chargers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
Well, they've certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's in. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season. Welcome back now to Denver. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Eckler, they run left side. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Being chased out left. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now a stoppage, and we've got Chubb shaken up on the play. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside.
And this offense on third down today, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one.
So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30.
Up the middle with Eckler, down right around the 25. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They're going to pass here with Herbert. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line.
Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route.
And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. He completes this to Sutton. He's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Now Wilson on 1st down. It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now Wilson. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. Victory formation time for the Chargers. They take a knee.
Kind of a strange ball game, Charles. We did not have a single point by either team after half. Really a defensive clinic by both sides in half number 2.
Wasn't that just beautiful to watch? Come on, man. Come over to the dark side with me. Wasn't that fun to see these defenses holding sway, right? Making sure they're controlling the game in the second half. It lets you know that you've got to score points.
it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden.